Pickaxe.
Campaign 2 of Cast Party premieres in just 1 week. Yes, our brand new main campaign featuring our original cast plus 2 additional cast members, one of which, Luis Carrazzo, returning to the cast and crew, premieres Monday, May 20th. But if you're a patron at any tier, for Campaign 2, we are now offering early access, and we are so excited about it. So you can be the first to meet our new characters, enter our brand new world, and engage with our new story before anyone else. This Wednesday, yes, that's 2 days from now, giving you 5 days early access. And all you have to do is just support us over on Patreon, patreon.com/castparty. And hey, guess what? That early access also includes Nocturne. So if you love this show, if you love Cast Party, or if you love supporting our cast and crew, head on over to patreon.com/castparty and start getting early access to all of our new episodes. 5 days early, every single Wednesday. Be the first to learn all of the new secrets, meet all of the new characters, experience our brand new cast members, and so much more. Patreon.com/castparty. Welcome, cast and crew! Back to Nocturne, A Curse of Strahd Tale. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D, or on my personals at Ryan.McManus. And I am joined today by my lovely cast and crew, ready to go watch a little parade. We have Vince.
Hello, it's me. I'm Vince. I'm playing Theren, the man of hope and retribution. You can find me at Jet and Pebbles on socials.
Next up, we have Christian.
So sorry, I'm trying to collect myself after whatever that was. Hi, I'm Christian. I'm playing Tannis, a chain forged in blood. And you can find me on my socials at Captain Carlson. That's captain.carlson on TikTok and cpt.carlson on Instagram.
And finally, ready to jump to the front and conduct this parade, we have May.
Hi, I'm May, and I'm playing Zielle, who loves to slay and conduct parades and lead the party in general. I didn't mean lead the party like the group of people. I mean like the party, like the woo party.
Thank you for clarifying.
and man, I was going to do a normal introduction today, and then Ryan set me up.
So sorry.
I'm May LaFay on social media.
All right, everybody, recap poem time. Full from some omelets, you emerged from brunch back to the campsite for some chats and such. Before heading back down, you spoke of what's next. There was still a chance to bear arms and fight against. The devil had weaknesses, and you had clues to pieces of a bigger puzzle that you all could wield and use. A sword of sunlight, an ancient tome, a righteous holy symbol, and a man who is known to carry around a monkey, for he will be more than he seems. But turns out a monkey is something Theren's never seen. You gathered up Irina as you made your way north, finally off to Vallaki, before you saw something protruding from the earth. An old sagging windmill, which turned Tannis into a fucking landlord. And honestly, thank God, because I thought that was gonna end in bloody swords. For instead of kicking out an old woman, you decided she'd pay rent, to continue making pies, and you'd be getting a percent. Though she had one request, since you were headed to a new city, an unanswered envelope, which you didn't even look at, really. You promised to check in on a friend, and that she'd also send her mother there, to give you some more cash, so you finally got out of her old gray hair. While you were on your way, you let Irina know of her possible fate. She may be a recycled soul, but seeing him distraught made Tannis promise a date. Well, I guess all of you apparently, so grab your tuxes. But you are finally at Vallaki, which is what the crux is. You chatted with some guards behind a wrought iron gate who decided to let you in after sensing nothing was at stake. Open the gates! The parade's about to begin, so how about you do it quickly? If you happen to need a new safe word, might I suggest chickpea.
Ooh.
Chickpea?
Really?
Chickpea.
That's where we're ending.
I didn't know how to end it, man, all right? As the wrought iron gate opens, the guards finally come into view. There's one female red tiefling, curled ram-like horns that come down to about her shoulders and rusted chainmail, and another human male, clean-shaven with a mess of brown shaggy hair on his head, as they finally approach you, emerging from the shadows, and what quickly catches your attention is their ear-to-ear smile, which does not dwindle as they begin to speak to you. As hello, just a few words, few rules before we go into Vallaki that I must make sure I run by you all. Is that okay? Do you need a pencil, pen, anything of the sorts?
Nope, I got it.
You don't have those written down anywhere that we could read it as we walk. We have to stand here.
Can't do that. I have to make sure everyone knows the rules beforehand. Once inside, the mention of the name Strahd is strictly illegal, even in written form. Know that even now as I say the name, it is the last time you will ever hear it speaking within the gates. Instead, if you must refer to the aforementioned individual, you may simply use the devil, he or him, or any other nickname of your choosing. This noble town holds a festival every week in honor of the residents' general merriment and continued support of the burgomaster, Baron Vargas Valakovich.
Every week?
As guests of Vallaki, you will not be required to aid in the preparation of our festivals, but attendance and participation in each and every festival is absolutely mandatory for the length of your stay.
Shit.
Failure to attend will be in strict opposition to Vallakian law. The next great Vallakian festival, the Festival of the Blazing Sun, will be held in 3 days' time in town square. Failure to comply with any Vallakian law will mark you as criminals to our city, and you will be punished in accordance to our justice system. We must also ask that you register any and all weaponry before entering. Vallaki does believe in your right to defend yourself in the case the devil were to descend upon us. However, they must be registered within the city. If you are to be caught carrying weaponry on your person that you have not registered, you waive any and all right to that possession, and it will be forcibly removed from your person. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them, as we mustn't be late or interrupt the festivities.
Forcibly removed, huh? Okay, well, the only weapon I've got is this, I think I still have the sword, don't I? That sword from the house. Very fancy hilted sword.
You do, with the windmill on the hilt, or on the pommel.
Haha, it matches my property. I would like to register this very nice sword, which is a marker of the property that I am the owner of. That's all.
Note taken. Name, as he pulls out a piece of parchment. Sword with windmill, apparently property.
Yes, that belongs to Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button. Interesting last name.
Thank you. It was my father's.
It's what I used to keep my pants up. Brief physical description. All right. Next.
I'll pull out the sword from my back and just...
Oh, you don't need to pull it out. I can see it back there. Don't worry.
As he says that, he still pulls it out and slams it down on the ground in front of him, stabs it into the ground. Baron.
All right. Baron. I like people who name their swords Baron, and your name?
Theren.
They rhyme. Love it. Brief physical description. Purple. Next.
Theren will look over to Zielle. Rhyme? Is he making a jest at me?
No, don't worry about it. Who adjusts with you?
Keeping my eyes on him.
Zielle just turned. She's got her shuttle, like, hung at her hip, so she'll just kind of turn to show it. Just this.
Hook sword. Name?
Zielle Ziathri.
Ooh. Brief physical description. Best of the party. You may enter whenever you would like. If you have questions, please let me know.
Oh, where should we stay tonight? What's the best inn in town?
Oh, that would be the Blue Water Inn. Only in town. You'll pass it with quite a bit of shops. You'll go through the town square, so you'll see the parade. Keep going west, you'll find the Blue Water Inn. 2-story building, well outside. You'll be able to find it. As he rips open the gate and lets you inside.
As I'm walking by, just continuously staring at him, slowly, menacingly looking at him, and as we walk by him, I'm still turning my back and I'm walking backwards, just watching him.
I'm like walking behind you with one hand, just like pushing you forward. Keep going.
I walk in like with just a very cheery attitude, completely counter to Tannis' normal countenance. And then once I get a few steps in, I'm going to like wheel around on a heel and wait for my party members to catch up. Why did you tell them your actual names?
What does it matter?
Why not?
What do you mean, what does it matter? We don't want to leave a trail. If something happens and they're like, oh, I wonder who they were and where they... You've literally just written down on paper, Zielle was here. Theren was here with his sword Baron.
Look at us. They're gonna know we were here. It doesn't matter what name we give them.
Yes, it does. They can't officially prove anything if our names are not on a document. Okay, that's something that you learn right out the gate when you're doing criminal work. Not that I've... Well...
Maybe if they think you did something criminal, they will assume that you gave a false name and that it's not your real name, so they'll go look for your real name, so then I've won, haven't I?
And they won't find it because I don't give it.
Maybe we can find the way to our destination. Which way is that?
West.
Looking around you, Theren, the whole party even, you can see children rushing west towards the center of town. You can see adults rushing out of their buildings, the doors slamming behind them as they are hurriedly putting on their coat or anything colorful that they might have to be able to attend. Every single person you see forcing a smile as they bust their way west towards the center of town.
This might be the worst day of my entire life.
Oh, come on.
How strictly do you think they enforce they have to show up to the parade thing? I mean, do you want to smile like that and wear a fun little...
It's torture.
She can't smile like that.
I look at my red cloak and I'm like, okay, so at least I'm like halfway there. They'll think that I'm on my way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to smile like that. They look like they're in pain. It has to hurt to smile like that, doesn't it?
I guess you wouldn't know, would you? Maybe you should try it. Let's just go see what it's about.
Fine. Lead the way.
Irina, do you know any more about this celebration? There's nothing we should be concerned about, right? This seems like fun.
I've never heard of a parade before,
Oh,
but if it's any indication of the smiling children or the sidewalk chalk, the banners, the signs, everything, it can't be a bad thing, right? It's got color.
right. Exactly.
Look at Irina very seriously. Everything can be a bad thing.
Oh my god.
It's important you remember that.
Stop.
She sighs and rolls her eyes as you begin to make your way towards the center of town. Along the way, you do see plastered along street lamps, signs, windows, doors, signs for the parade, reading, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the joyful jamboree. Attendance and children required. All will be well, the Baron." You see colorful sidewalk chalk that children have done along the way, smiley faces, cute animals, little cartoon characters of their parents, these colorful paper streamers that line the streets going from building to building. You see banners and flags of all different shapes and sizes with markings on them that don't really match anything. You wouldn't really take them as house symbols or family crests or anything of the sorts. It's just whatever might bring the person joy. As you finally enter the town square, you see huddled around the sides of the streets like any normal parade, everyone is moved off to the sidewalks, the grass, as small carts are parading through the streets. You see people playing musical instruments, whether it's little lutes or flutes here and there to guide the parade along. You see people dressed up in jester outfits running up to little children, handing out gifts before they run back to their cart. It is just a happy, joyful time. Some of these carts have specific themes, like sunshine or candy, to portray the general feeling of joy. Some carts are even dedicated to local shops, whether it's to showcase their wares or just join in on the festivities. One cart in particular, you see sponsored by Blinsky Toys, with a larger man in a green and purple jester costume sitting atop a small wooden cart pulled by a steadily walking horse. A small monkey is sitting on his shoulder in a pink fitted tutu, screaming and throwing small candies out to the children as he screams, "It's no fun, it's no Blinsky," every few seconds as he tosses another handful out. As the carts begin to enter the town square, they start to encircle a stage at the center. 4 feet tall, 12 feet wide, it's simple, made of wood, clearly made for a display.
Theren! That's a monkey!
The guy in the green?
No, not the guy in the green.
No.
What?
Theren, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my. Oh, okay. Oh, not good. 8.
The monkey, noticing people pointing and speaking excitedly at it, The monkey throws a handful of little toffee candies, and a couple just spatter across your face.
Just stern face staring at it as they just ding, ding.
You got monkeyed. That's what they say. Monkeys always do that. That's an important note you should remember, Theren. Monkeys always have candy. They always wear those pink tutus, and they always throw candy.
I don't think I like monkeys.
You should try the candy.
I'm all right.
I'm going to pick up one of the candies since he's not going to eat it. I'm going to have it and try it.
It's a little caramel drop.
Actually, Theren, these are quite nice. I'm like,
Sweet, sticky.
I think I will throw that monkey out, though.
No.
Okay, but that does bring up a great question. Thank you, Theren. Are we kidnapping this man, or are we just following him to his house?
Oh, I can kidnap that monkey, that's for sure.
We don't really need the monkey, though, do we? I thought we just needed the man. Do we need both?
Have you either of you ever had a normal social interaction? Like once?
That's what we're doing right now.
This is totally normal.
Exactly. Thank you, Theren.
Why would we not talk to him as the first option? He's not our enemy.
You say that now.
At the very back of the parade, you finally see it coming to a close as they all start to circle the town square. The most extravagant cart of the bunch. This one is made to look like a large, majestic pirate ship, with sunshines adorning the sides in bright yellow paint, streamers flowing from the deck rails, and standing atop at the helm is a heavy-set man, full beard with barely any spot of black left in it, as it has all surrendered to the gray and white. Eyes quite close together underneath bushy black brows. He dons noble clothes, a red and green button-up shirt, a little leather tunic, accessories of gold that sit under a long white fur cloak draped over his shoulders to keep him warm, while these large, flowing earrings flail around as he shifts his body, screaming, "All will be well! All will be well!" as he waves to the crowds.
That is the way to do a parade float. Now that's class.
I'm waving at him.
I'm nodding like we're peers.
What are you guys all doing? Are you just looking on? How are you feeling? What are your expressions like as you gaze upon this parade? Are you tucked in the back? Are you front row? Muddled in the crowd?
I think we're in the middle somewhere.
Standing in the middle of the crowd, just fuming as candy is pelting me in the face.
Tannis has sort of pulled his cloak over, sort of flipped the hood up a little bit, and he's very much doing the Jedi investigating in a crowd. I had my eyes sort of locked on the man with the monkey for a while, but the pirate ship is distracting. So I think I'm looking at the pirate ship, but it's with very much a stern respect look on my face.
I'm standing next to these two criminals hopping up and down and waving at the performers.
Some of the float goers, the parade members, begin to wave back at you. One tosses you a little bell with a ribbon attached to it, so you can see it fly through the air with a string of red confetti behind it as the bell rings throughout the air.
Oh, cute.
As all is well in the parade, until a sudden stop from the cart ahead causes this man's cart to halt unexpectedly and stumble as he is atop his ship. A covered chuckle can be heard from the crowd as the air goes silent around you. Carts cease as this man staggers to his feet. Jose, will you please introduce your character?
You see a taller individual, about 6'2" perhaps, adorned in a massive red beard, combined with reds and oranges that come up to the face to reveal that the entire forehead and the eyes are this tribalistic black war paint that comes down and drips over the eyes, where you see one very vibrant green eye and then one just necrotic red eye. And then just a mess of hair that's tied up in a beautiful braid, but the rest of the hair grows freely. There's these leaves on one part of the shoulder. It's kind of like hide armor, but it's all disguised, mismatched, thrown together. There's the leaves that have been covered in soot, perhaps dirt, dried up mud, and then on the other shoulder, black raven feathers. They look wet almost. They're essentially just plopped on top of the shoulder. But the rest of the clothing looks like a collection of different types of clothing that have just been mismatched, seemingly by purpose.
As the air around gets tense, as the carts seize, the music stops playing, everything stops moving. However, everyone still has these forced smiles on their faces, but their eyes, some of them tell a different story of concern. as the man on top of the ship begins to stagger to his feet once more. You would take note of the crowd itself, as you are always here during these parades, as it is mandatory in Vallaki, and seeing these newcomers clearly unhappy causes you a bit of concern.
I make my way over, not facing the parade. There is like a very dark expression to my face, no smile, beelining it to the two of you. Not really acknowledge Zielle. I just sort of look at the two of you. Ain't no one had the privilege of bearing witness to one of the Baron's breathtaking parades without a smile on their faces. And then he gets real close and he sort of clutches both of your chest pieces. Look alive, enjoy the parade, and cheer the fuck up. And then I smile nice and wide, and then I present the gold earring to Zielle.
Wait. My gold earring?
What?
Raven feathers?
The 7 ravens?
As this man, seemingly out of nowhere, large and impeding, pulls you close and tells you to smile the fuck up, the man from atop the ship begins to lean over the railing, pointing at the laughing man, and screams from atop his parade float. Isaac! Guards, arrest that man! Throw him in the stocks! Disorderly unhappiness will not be tolerated!
Disorderly unhappiness.
As you see a large, brawny man steps out into view from beside the float. Clean-shaven, buzzed head with a sharp jawline covered in a burn mark on his left side. He wears a leather vest with a high collar. One single pauldron adorns his left shoulder, tied around his body with a belt. A large fur cape covers his shoulder and drapes down his back. But all of that is lost to you as he begins to walk towards this individual, as he flows the cape off of his right arm, revealing something unheard of. A arm that's seemingly longer than his left, crimson red skin, and somehow more muscular than the other rippling human arm, with spikes coming out of the forearms, the upper bicep, as they make their way down towards this monstrous hand with claws, as it begins to erupt in fire. The crowd looks on, quiet yet smiling, ear to ear, as this once laughing man begins to cower in fear, as he is picked up by the scruff of his shirt, singeing as the demonic touch grasps the tunic, and he is brought up on stage and locked in these stocks at the center of the stage. A papier-mâché donkey's head is then placed over this man's head as the crowd erupts into happiness and applause once more. Children gleefully smile and throw rotten fruits at the perpetrator as the carts begin to move once more and circle the stage.
I'm gonna lean over to Zielle, happily enjoying their time here, huh?
Maybe they need help.
They just locked that man in the stocks.
Just cover your face more.
I'm smiling. I've never smiled this big in my life.
You're terrifying.
I know. I feel awful. I hate this.
After he grabs us and seeing that man being picked up and started to be singed as he's getting picked up, Theren will give a little bit of a smile. Now things are getting fun.
Things are quite fun around here.
Slow turn to these two, like, what do you mean things are getting fun? He has a demon arm. Let's just keep smiling and hope no one talks to us.
There is someone talking to us. Hi, who are you?
He turns around to you, Zielle, and he goes, Pleasure. Alizzato, at your service.
Can you please spell that for the listeners?
Not a bad idea.
It's me, the note taker.
It's me, I'm listeners.
A-L-I, unnecessary double Z's, A-T-O.
Love it. And, are you always a human, Alizzato?
I try to be for the most part, but when I don't need to be, I will take my talents elsewhere and don't really want to, draw too much attention to the already beautiful-looking individuals such as myself.
Oh, I love him. Got it. Guys, he's the bird. He's the crow from the place, from the brunch.
Oh, because he had the earring. That's what I thought. So you're a bird.
He's a friend. You're my friend.
So, friend, how long have you been following us?
And why?
He kind of looks around and is seeing everyone sort of like get back into the commotion of the smiles and the parade as it continues and ends. There is not much new about this place. It's all just this endless cycle of joy and fun and greatness. These parades really do liven up every minute of every single week. However, you are all new here. I've never seen you before. And I've been here for some time, so believe me, if I'm taking notice of you, there are plenty of others that are also taking notice of you.
You see, this is why I said we shouldn't be giving our real names. I was right, is what I'm saying.
I was gonna draw attention either way. I can't help it.
Zielle.
Well, you did good. He turns around to Zielle. You did good. You did exactly what the Baron wants, which is good. Now, the two of you, I understand it's not the most, merry of things to be doing on such an occasion and when such people get treated the way that that individual was. But unfortunately, the rules that have to be followed here are very strict and very precise. If you're all new and finding your way through this cursed land, I would suggest for you to play along the best that you can.
What importance is it to you that we play along? Why are we so important to you?
You're not. You're actually just people. If it was up to me. And he looks to you, Tannis, but he just kind of points to you and he goes, like you. I could see that spark, or then looks to you back there and he goes, or perhaps you had the spark of absolute rage inside. And I don't really condone that kind of behavior, but when I do, I like to really follow through. So if it wasn't the parade and Isaac was doing as he was doing in other circumstances, then perhaps we would be having a different conversation. But for now, I treat you as you should be treated, as new people. Which begs the question, why are you new people?
Well, that is a great question. We were actually our friend, Mark here, good old Marcus, has never seen a monkey before, and we were sort of just hoping. We were wondering if you actually knew anything about the monkey that we saw earlier. Marcus is just a huge fan of animals in general, and we were wondering if we could get more information along that line, maybe talk to the man who owns the monkey, and we just felt like that would be terrifically fun. You know, this city seems like so much fun.
Who the fuck is Mark and where is he?
Can you just not for just a minute?
Oh, come on. You know that Theren's not a mark. He's like a... what would he be?
Don't say his name. Why would... Okay.
Irina perks up from the back. I think Victor works well for him.
Yes, Victor!
No, Zielle, you can't agree. You just ruined the whole thing.
Look at me. I'm a Theren. I am nothing but...
I'm not saying you had to change your name. I'm just saying it fits you.
It suits you. It suits you.
It does. It's a compliment. Irina reaches over and grasps your shoulder. Alizzato, this is Tannis.
Don't. Okay.
Pleasure. Pleasure to meet you, Theren and Tannis.
You'll regret those words.
Oh. And while he was yelling at me for using our real names, you probably heard him say my name like 4 times. So, I'm Zielle.
Oh, absolutely. You're not discreet at all. None of you are.
Thank you.
Next time you try to add somebody new to our group like this Mark, and you don't tell me, I will have words.
Okay. You know what? Have words with Mark.
That's a first, and he rarely speaks. He's on the quieter side, Alizzato, so if he has words, that says something.
Irina, please, can you give your written dossier on the entire group over here? You seem to be giving as much information as possible.
Tannis, really attractive, bit of an airhead, likes to drink.
Oh.
Reads from time to time as well, so he'll take a good book. Heard he looks good in a suit, but haven't been able to prove it yet.
I do look good in a suit.
None of us have.
That's good. I like a well-read individual.
Oh, do me, Irina.
Zielle's just as happy as the sunshine that we never see.
Oh.
She's our really only hope of a ray of light, pretty much, in this, well, you know.
How wonderfully dreadful for you to be here.
Oh.
Good way of putting it.
I'll say this. The sentiment is understood. Secrecy and name changes. But what you'll find here in Vallaki is it's a very tight little everyone's up in your ass about something or that or the other. So if you stick to a fake name, make sure to stick to the name fully. Because if one person gets word that there's deception around, and the Baron takes word, and Isaac comes by, and then other people, I mean, you don't want any of it. stick to something, stick with your truth, follow through with it, and put a fucking smile on your face. Taps your chest, like, not hard, but just kind of like, hey, remember, keep your smile on. Turns around to Irina, and he introduces himself, I'll say, to her as well. He goes, pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, Irina, Koliana. I suppose I run the village of Barovia. Well, my brother does at least, so maybe I could meet this Baron sometime, coming from a Baron household, Burgermeister household, whatever you'd like to call it.
He's right here, clearly.
Well, there will be no speaking to the Baron during the parade. The parade is sacred. All be well. All will be fucking well, good, great stuff. Great. And he turns around back to you guys.
Right, what he said. I agree with this man.
You can speak to Baron right here. And he'll pull his sword out.
No!
Theren.
I'll reach out if I can with a smile in my face and just the two different colored eyes. Not necessarily try to hold your hand, but very much like place my hand over and just kind of like, hey, look at me. Look at me. You see me? I'm going crazy every single day that passes. All right? I know how you're feeling. You're probably right here, going up to here, ending right here. And he points to his chest and his heart and his head. But if you value anything, it can be that fucking bug, and you just see like a small bug crawling on the ground. Put your fucking sword down and calm yourself.
She wanted to talk to Baron.
Theren?
No,
Baron?
You all are going
No,
crazy.
it's okay.
It's a different title.
It's Baron with an A. Baron with an A.
Irina,
Yes.
if you wish to speak to the Baron, that's a conversation that can be had at a later time. Is the parade still going on while we're having this conversation?
It's beginning to wrap up. You can see that the head of the parade leading the more marching band has left down the west end, and you can see the Baron is now slowly circling the stage with the stocks on top of it in the center of the town. As it begins to be basically coming to a close, he does scream from the top of his ship, "Be sure to join us in a few days for the festival of the blazing sun. All will be well."
I look to you all.
All will be
well.
Whoa.
The second the Baron's cart leaves the center of the town square is empty, and the smiles instantly drop.
Oh, thank the gods.
What do you want to do? Get me fucking killed?
Okay. Listen, we got off on a bit of an interesting foot. We didn't realize there was going to be a parade that you had to smile for, okay?
Every week there's a parade. Keep up with appearances, play the show, you're just a part of it. That's all you are. You're nothing special here, okay? I know we just met, you seem like lovely people, you seem like you got a bit of a temper issue, and I don't really understand which name is actually yours. But I need you all to keep up with appearances while you're here. Lay low, you want to enact some justice, some divine truth, all of that bullshit, I'm all for it. I'll be your #1 champion. But for now, just cool it, man. Irina, you wish to speak to the Baron.
Maybe not today. It's getting late, and that conversation might, I don't want to say go poorly, but I just meant to introduce the group, maybe from one Baroness to a Baron. Might be good for introductions, whether it's political business or just a welcome. But we did come in search of a church. We heard Vallaki was well fortified, and there was some church here that was supposedly hallowed ground that I might be safe at.
St. Andrew's.
Correct.
If you're looking for the church, I can guide you towards the church. That would not be an issue. And preparation before speaking to the Baron is always a wise course of action. So if you wish, we can head over there now. And what business? Well, no, I shouldn't ask. That's rude of me. Come with me. Takes a minute. He looks around and he goes, right. Okay. And he just walks by himself.
Okay, are we going to trust the Birdman, or are we just going to follow him to an undisclosed location after he told us that he had a very keen relationship with rage?
He's caught my attention.
Of course he has, Theren.
I think I'd like to see where this goes.
Excuse me, how did he have your earring?
That's a great question.
Well, I gave it to a raven at the manor that we went to for brunch and asked if it would help us, and it said yes.
So you think he's the bird? How does that work?
I don't know.
Either he's the bird or he knows the bird.
I think he is the bird.
But yeah, I trust him, and I'm gonna put my earring in and then follow him.
Oh my god.
I'm just standing on the opposite, not too far away, just looking at
across
you
the
all.
street.
I know.
Yeah, just across the street, like, are you coming or what?
Well, yeah, what are you going to do? Just ask someone else where it is and trust them instead.
I don't know. Fine, we can trust this person. I just feel like we should ask some questions first. But if you want to blindly follow everyone who decides they're going to show you the church, then by all means, let's go.
I never thought I'd see the day where I side with Tannis that questions might not be a bad idea.
Thank you.
We'll have our time to ask him questions. Just follow along.
Fine, let's just follow this. We're coming. Don't worry.
Wonderful.
And then we can go to the inn after, maybe, or something?
Yes, I do need to collect something at the inn, so...
I wouldn't mind staying in the church for a bit if they will take me in.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Free housing, and at least I'll be safe there if the rumors are true.
Let's head there first, then.
Sure. Unless the man has another place in mind. Safe place, I don't know.
I hope the man doesn't have another place in mind. Just the church, thanks.
It's the only place we were going to.
Perfect.
Great. You gotta listen when you're around here. Listen with your ears, not your eyes. Come on.
I'm not used to this big of a place. There's so many buildings.
I think they're listening with something else entirely, actually.
What else would they be listening with? Their penises?
I don't know, but it's not their ears.
I've heard that some men think with them. Do they also listen with them?
They might try. Oh, you mean windmill? They're windmills.
Yes, sorry. They're windmills.
All the wrong questions.
I like the imagery you've created with the windmills and the penises. It's quite funny.
Yeah, it's...
I like
Let's
it.
just go.
Tannis actually owns a windmill, and he likes to talk about it a lot.
You own a windmill?
I do own a windmill.
It's huge. So big. He'll tell you all about it on the way.
I'm sorry, Theren, are you suggesting that I'm a little bit weird about my windmill when you pulled out your sword at every opportunity in this city and stabbed it into the ground?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sword is a good euphemism as well.
Never thought of that one. Maybe don't pull it out then, at every corner.
You asked to talk to it.
No, they did not. You
Alizzato, please lead the way. I don't mind them.
I begin to take them towards St. Andrews. I'll go with Zielle.
Yes, they're like this all the time.
Oh, okay. It's quite exhausting.
Oh, gosh, don't even get me started. I need a drink at the tavern after this, but we'll go to the church first. It's more important.
You drink as well.
I have to.
Good. I think everybody here drinks. I think it's like a thing we just have to do in order to numb all the pain.
Yeah, it helps a little bit. You know?
It's the only thing we can do.
Are you, from here originally? Like, you've always lived here, or?
I've always lived here. Been here my entire life.
How long is that? How old are you?
It's an interesting question to ask. How old are you?
54.
Oh, wow. Okay. 124. Maybe. Honestly, if you ask me tomorrow, we can do 135.
What? In years?
Yes, in years. But don't sweat it. It's just a number. It doesn't matter. Once I drink, I'm 24.
Me too. How old does he, like, appear visually? Like, 30s, 40s, 20s? Like,
You're essentially looking at about like a late 30s, early 40s kind of individual.
where are the rest of your friends? The ravens?
Well, I don't have raven friends.
Are you all of them? Are you all 7?
I'm the one.
Right.
I'm just the one. I happen to be interested in the latest individuals heading up to the... And he kind of looks off in the distance and he goes, His Royal Highness's chambers, if you will.
Oh, yes, the devil.
I lean to Theren and I'm like, I told you he was a bird. I knew it.
He's got the feathers. It does make sense.
What else does he have that he's hiding?
Does he need to be hiding something? If he's a bird and he tried to help you all, what?
Shh.
Everyone's hiding something. It's a matter of getting it out.
Exactly. For once Theren understands. Wait a minute. If Theren understands, maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to rethink this.
Do you have any family in town? Or is it just you?
It's just me. It's always just been me.
Always.
I like a quiet, single life. Only devout to myself and to the things that I take great joy in, which around here is not much. But the self is plentiful.
Why don't you leave? It doesn't sound that great.
I'll say he kind of stops when you say that. Why not indeed? I go to say something, but I eye you down, and then I just kind of like, the church is right around the corner, this way.
Great.
As you all march through the streets of Vallaki, just leftover streamers hanging throughout the streets as people begin to come over and start sweeping the sidewalk, trying to clean up after the parade as they quickly begin prepping for the next. As you turn the corner and see St. Andrew's Church, it's a slouching, centuries-old stone church with a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. There's a fence, wrought iron fence, that encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church, and there's a thin mist that creeps among the graves.
So, Birdman, there seems to be a lot of sun imagery. Is that a theme here? Is there like an obsession with the sun?
The Morning Lord, some would attribute it to. This sort of deity, some would say. I mean, look at the skies above. Do you see it? Do you feel it?
Do you pray for it?
I don't. I stopped a while back.
How many people here still pray?
Many.
Most?
More than most.
So you're in the minority then. Why?
It's kind of hard to pray when you feel yourself, what's a dramatic way of putting it? Cursed? Damned for all eternity? Cheer up, put a fucking smile on your face.
I don't like you, Birdman.
But my name is Alizzato, not Birdman.
I'm gonna call you Birdman for a little while longer.
I would argue that you can feel cursed and still pray to a god. Maybe you just haven't found the right one yet. Have you heard of Sunni?
Yeah, I think in passing, perhaps, I might have.
I just heard of her recently. Not as bad as you think, honestly.
That's good.
She's real.
No, she doesn't force you to be happy. She's real. Yes, thank you, Tannis. She's a goddess of love and beauty and...
Don't fall for the gods.
You saw her too, Theren. Anyway, she protects me and she helps me heal people and help them as well. So I'm just saying, even if it's not her, there might be one out there for you.
I like that. And I look to Tannis and I go, keep in mind, just because I don't pray and I'm very depressed and I find myself in this perpetual cycle of darkness, it doesn't mean I don't root when people pray. So the fact that she has this, and I look to Theren, I'll say, and I wink and I go, this real person that she can pray to, that's a good thing.
Right, the very subtle Birdman.
It's Alizzato.
This is the church. Irina, did we want to go inside? Or...
I don't feel different here. Were we supposed to?
Keep in mind, once you enter the halls of St. Andrew's, there is a unified sense of protection. Should you be seeking a blanket to hold you against the darkness, this place can provide it.
It's better than being outside these walls, I suppose.
Maybe. This place is creepy.
Oh, I'm sorry, do you want to go back out with the wolves, Wolfman?
Don't call me that.
That's what I'll call you, Wolfman.
Don't speak to me again. Don't call me Wolfman.
I'll call you Wolfman until you could stop calling him Birdman. That sounds fair, right?
What? Okay, fine.
His name is Alizzato.
I know his name is Alizzato. He's told me 3 times.
Perfect, Wolfie. Now we're getting somewhere.
Birdman and Wolfman.
Quite the combo.
Yeah, right. Seems very clear which one of those is a little bit more of a leg up.
Ooh, actually, yeah, you're right. Alizzato, we saw the pikes outside. Maybe we shouldn't call you Wolfman.
No, that wouldn't be wise, but it'd be funny.
Isn't that crazy? How I mentioned that and you all said, what was it? No, it's not a big deal. It'll all be fine. No one will care. And if it does, we'll do something about it.
Tannis has many nicknames. You could call him Sunshine, Pretty Boy, Grumpy Pants, Debbie Downer. It really just depends on the day, but I'm sure I could come up with more.
Debbie Downer.
You like that one?
This man knows comedy.
When that's all that you have. Anyways, are you guys going into the church or not?
We probably should.
Yeah.
If we must.
You can wait.
You don't have to come inside if you don't want to.
I can stay with you, Theren. Not much of a religious man myself.
Hey, you two get to know each other out here. We'll pop in.
Yeah, I bet you two have a lot in common.
Thank you, Debbie.
Irina will walk up to the large red double doors leading into St. Andrew's. Pull the wrought iron little circle handle, hoist it open, and waves the two of you inside, Tannis and Zielle. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. Please don't abduct my friend.
I won't, don't worry.
I wasn't talking to you. The other one, I don't want you abducted there. It's okay. We'll be back.
Theren will be fine.
As I pass by Theren, I'm like, if you did get the urge to murder him,
No.
I'd cover for you.
No.
We are going to start with the two boys outside as the three individuals shut the large door behind them. As the door opened, you could hear slight sobbing from inside, the murmuring of prayer. It seemed lively in there, much unlike the church that you went into back in the village of Barovia, Theren. Much, much different.
So,
Look, let's try this again. And I get real close, my voice drops, and that sort of jovial facade kind of stops. I'm interested in you. I'm interested in all of you. Nobody comes to Barovia anymore. And the fact that you had brunch with Strahd means something. I took notice and I wanted to keep you all safe.
how did you get in without him knowing? And how did you get out and follow us?
Do you remember when I said I've been here for some time?
Yeah.
I've been here for some time. I know how things work. I know how Strahd likes to show off and intimidate his guests. I like the entire show he puts on. The cavalcade of creatures to linger in the back of your thoughts. Oh, they're all too well known. You simply just adapt a form. You come in, keep quiet, blend in with the rest, and then you keep going. It's what I do in my day-to-day lives, but I just have to do it as a raven.
What brings you here, though? To us? Why? What is it about us that you're so interested in? We survived Strahd. You did as well. What's so good about us?
What I keep telling you. You are new. There ain't no new people. You are something. And he probably feels it too. And he doesn't know how to finish it. You're something special.
There's had to have been newer people coming in here over the years. When was the last time you met somebody new?
Oh, let's see. I was tending to one of the carts. I fixed a spoke. I heard about some new visitors. And then, yeah, it was you.
Is this a first?
This is a first.
Interesting.
So the question remains, how did you get here?
Honestly, I don't know. We were given a letter. On our travels, the fog came. One thing led to another, and now we're here. I think now I am as confused as you.
Do you have the letter?
Not me. They do inside.
So, what was brunch like?
Terrible.
Delightful. There will be some time to perhaps go over all of the explicit details, but just know that I know my way through Vallaki quite well. Some areas around are somewhat new to me, but also you hear rumors here and there, so wherever I can assist, I will be glad to. But I need you to promise me something.
It depends.
Or will you want to promise this? And he presses his fingers into your chest. Keep yourself alive.
That won't be a problem.
That you know of.
I have one question for you.
Shoot.
Cade, what does it mean to you?
What does it mean to you?
Everything. When I say that, you can see that my eyes, they glow a little bit brighter and just get a little more intense.
Oh, something within? Perhaps?
I think so.
Interesting. You'll fit quite well here. Do you seek this Cade? Does it call to you? Is it of the earth, the sky, the plains in between?
It is the only reason I live.
Then, Theren, if seeking out this Cade is what you seek, I wish you the best of luck. But here, keep your eyes peeled for other things. 'Cause here the monsters are very real.
I know how to deal with monsters.
Good. That thing looks quite heavy. I point to your sword.
Why don't you find out? And he just quickly throws it on him.
You throw it, immediately you see that there is a lack of muscle. All of the armor and all of the feathers and everything is all just this very much like a very muscular build, but there is no real, true, powerful strength there. So I just hold it and I go, the fuck? I'm not gonna carry that. It looks incredibly heavy. This hand's me pointing it out.
Oh, that was good. And he just takes it back and puts it on his back.
Where does one get such a weapon like that?
That's a story for another time.
We'll have plenty of time for stories, Theren. I'd love to hear about it.
Depending on how you play your cards, maybe you'll find out.
I do that sort of sideways stare where my head's slightly cocked, and the raven feathers begin to actually take form and no longer be damp and wet, and they just sort of begin to shake off. I like that.
We will move inside of St. Andrew's. As the three of you enter, the air is thick with the smell of burning incense. St. Andrew's high ceilings are supported by towering pillars adorned with carvings of celestial beings, these fantastical sunrises. To your left and right, very unlike the village of Barovia church that you went in, Zielle, these pews line the hall. They seem to be polished. People are laying on them, kneeling at them for prayer, or just sitting on them and relaxing for the night. Ahead, you see a lone priest, clad in simple robes, bald head with the very monk haircut of white hair ringing his head that connects down to a longer pointed beard, moves about somewhat by the altar as he begins to light candles that flicker with a soft glow, before he kneels down to a small altar boy. He hands over the candles. The boy takes them and begins to place them one by one on the altar, trying to provide a light source as night begins to actually fall upon the church. As the priest then moves over to a small group, a family, a mother and a small child in the corner. He kneels down and begins to mumble some words to them as you all begin to walk in.
Gods, I would kill for a cigarette.
In a church.
It smells like smoke in here.
This is much better than your cigarette smoke.
I apologize. Sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut.
We'll get you cigarettes after this. I'm sure they'll have them at the tavern or something.
There's gotta be some. There's stores here. We have nothing like this in the village. There's people here. Did you see the crowds out there? I've never seen that many people in one place before.
The plus side is a lot of people makes it a lot easier to disappear, so kind of works in our favor.
I'll take that. I mean, it looks like we can just stay here? Can I just take a bench and good, or?
I guess so. I don't know, we could try talking to, the very lovely looking man up at the front, or you could just steal a bench and hope for the best.
Perhaps we should let this gentleman in charge know that you're looking for a place to stay. Maybe it would be best if we left out where the devil is involved, just in case.
The way that guard said his name is illegal? I would assume so, unless we feel it's going to help our cause in some way.
I don't even mean saying his name. I just worry that even in a place that is against him, someone with that sort of power might be able to still find ways to persuade people, so perhaps we shouldn't let them know what's at stake here.
My issue is if I need to stay here for a long time.
Do you want them to know who you really are?
Well, no, but I need to make sure that this place is what they say it is. That's what I'm afraid of. I need to know if this is hallowed ground. If he really can't get here.
Well, surely we can ask. There are lots of reasons to want to be on hallowed ground. It's safe for a lot of reasons. We'll just ask. We say you lost your family, and you need somewhere to stay until you get your feet underneath you, which could, we don't have to put a number on it. It could be in a month, it could be in years from now. Who knows?
Okay. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. You're the holy one here. would you mind? She gestures forward down the hall of pews.
Oh, sure. Let's go. Let's introduce ourselves. We'll wait to get his attention, I guess.
He seemed to be mumbling a prayer as you all approach and wait patiently just on the outskirts of their conversation. He rises up slowly in his hunched old state as he turns to you. Oh, fellow newcomers. Hello. Is there something I can do for you? Do you seek the guidance or safety of the Morning Lord?
Yes, Father. We just arrived and got to see our first parade, which was quite a joy, and we were actually escorting my lovely friend here to look for a place to stay for the unforeseen future.
Zielle, do you have any sort of holy symbol or adornments on you at all?
I don't know if they would recognize it as a holy symbol since it's for Suni specifically, but she does have a necklace that she wears.
Well, how did you like the parade? They're always a fun, new experience for newcomers.
Yes, one of our friends had never seen a monkey before that we saw on that toy wagon, so that was exciting.
Oh, the monkey. He's come by from time to time. New here. The monkey, at least.
Oh, him too.
Yes.
Well, I was wondering, I like to make sure everything's always good to go. Is this hallowed ground by chance? Someone told us it was.
It is known to be, yes. Are you a woman of faith yourself?
Yes, I am. I actually just learned of the Morning Lord as I came into Barovia. He seems lovely. Big fan of the sun.
We would be too if we have seen it at all. But it's been some time. The only depictions we have of the sun are in our windows.
Oh.
But we hope that one day the Morning Lord will bring us our deserved sunrise.
I'm sure he will.
I must ask, who is it you pray to?
Suni, Lady Firehair. She's the goddess of beauty, love, kindness. She's protected me for a long time, and I deeply appreciate her.
That's a new one. You follow this Lady Firehair's tenets.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It doesn't seem too far off from the Morning Lord. I'm supposed to kindle the light and protect it where I find it, so it's really all more related than you'd think, I guess.
And what is it you seek here again? Sorry.
My friend here, we were wondering if she might be able to stay for, She seeks the Morning Lord's guidance and protection. We don't know how long we'll be here, but we wanted to make sure she could stay here for a bit. And I'll look to Irina if she wants to add anything.
Yes, hello. Love the church. It's much better than what I come from. Just a few days, maybe more, if you're willing. And Father looks to you. Sorry, in introductions, my name is Father Lucian. I have will you follow me, quickly?
Sure.
Just for a moment.
Yes, all of us, right?
Please. If these two other individuals are with you, yes. I just need you. But they might be of assistance.
Yeah, we'll all go.
Facing the altar, coming in from the church, he takes you off to the right to a small hallway that you can assume to be either small offices or rooms, and he takes you into a guest room of sorts. It's not extravagant, maybe the size of a walk-in closet, but there is a bedroll on the floor at least, as he closes the door behind you. One holy individual to another. The bones were stolen. I don't know where, don't know why, don't know how. Without them, this is no longer hallowed ground.
Great.
This information does not leave this room.
Mm-mm.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Why would you want anyone knowing that they're on fake hallowed ground?
You saw the people out there. If any sort of precaution is left unturned.
How could the bones even be stolen? Were they? Did someone know where they were? How many people know about the bones?
Myself. And maybe another. About a month ago, I mentioned them to Jeska. Jeska, my altar boy, but the boy's a child. He's an orphan. He's 8 years old.
You'd be shocked what children do.
You think he would go and endanger an entire city, cause pandemonium in the streets if they knew that hallowed ground was no longer in existence?
What does pandemonium mean to an 8-year-old child?
What do bones mean to an 8-year-old child?
Anything if it means to get paid, right?
Might we be able to return tomorrow and investigate the area where they might have been kept? Maybe we can find a clue or have a little chat with Jeska. Maybe we can help. We would like this ground to be hollowed as much as you would. Well, maybe not as much, but, you know.
Please, it's not every day that a fighter of faith comes through these doors, so if for whatever reason that you find it in your heart to help us, I would greatly appreciate it, or my head be stuck on a pike with the wolves outside.
When were they stolen?
Some week ago.
Why are there wolves' heads on pikes outside?
Wolves ravage these woods. You must know that. Being outsiders. It was part of the festival that happened 4 days ago. The Wolf's Head Jamboree.
Listen to that, they had a jamboree. So you just find a wolf, take its head, put it on a pike? Sounds like a real party.
Oh, they paraded them through the streets. Like puppets. As he motions up in the air. Before they went outside and stuck them on the city gates.
And is that a recurring holiday, or is that just sort of a one-time thing?
First I've seen. I'm sorry. Yes, you may. Irina, you may use this room. As long as you're willing to exchange looking into the bones for me. You may come back tomorrow, but the quicker we get this done, the better. Just for this town's safety. I know it's late. If you come early, no one is here before the service. Everyone leaves after morning comes. They just like to take solace here in the nighttime, for fear of the devil.
What about you, old man? Do you fear the devil?
I wouldn't have you be getting these bones back, would I?
Touché.
He may not have been seen here in Vallaki for over 100 years, but the mention of him causes citywide panic. If anyone even thinks that a neighbor is in league with Strahd, they'll be reported. They'll be hung. They'll be tortured. Keep your head on a swivel and not on a pike. Act well. If you are to help me, you would save this city. If you are successful. Until then, Irina has a place here, and if the bones are returned, I'll stay here. She can have my bed. Don't worry about me. I'll crash here. You go enjoy the rest of your night.
You'd have a weapon of some kind, don't you?
Yes, I have my rapier still.
Good.
I'll see you bright and early, though, right?
Bright and early. Always.
Okay. As the father looks to you and opens the door back out to the church.
I'm gonna give her my little bell that I got. For good luck.
Thank you. At least I'll have something to entertain myself with until I can fall asleep.
You'll be fine.
Have fun. Have a drink for me, please. Please.
Always.
That we can do.
Thank you again, children.
It's the least we can do.
Tannis definitely has like a pensive look on his face as though he wants to say many sarcastic things, but is being very responsible and not saying any of them.
I am going to pull Tannis aside before we get out. I guess just like at the back of the main hall or whatever we walked in first. I'm sorry for getting on your nerves all of the time. I have wanted to say that since I saw myself covered in blood again at his manor. The truth is that ever since I came to Avrosa a couple years ago, I have thought of Cade every single day, even if I didn't have his name until this morning. I just thought that as long as I was aware and I thought about him, that I could control it, right? And that was fine, and it worked until one night I decided to invite out my broodiest friend, and he proved to be quite a distraction, to my surprise. So, I got scared, and I decided that it'd be better to fight with him than to not be around him at all, so I did that. I guess it just means that in the end I let him choose my path anyways, right? I wasn't in control like I thought I was. When I was covered in blood, or I thought I was, or whatever it was, the last thing we had done was fight. And if it gets to that, I don't want it to end like that. So, if you'll forgive me, maybe we could be friends again.
Yeah, I suppose, I've been quite a child myself, and I'm sorry. I know it's been a long time, but there is still, for me, a lot of emotion there that I don't, trying to be vulnerable, and that's not super easy for me, but I'm trying to say that I know where you're coming from. It's easier to fight than it is to process. And I know what you mean about a sudden feeling of not being in control. Yes, of course we can be friends, Zielle. Just understand that for me that night was and then you just left. So for me there is it's not easy. And I apologize that has been a detriment for us here. And I apologize that it's gotten in the way of our friendship. But yes, to answer your question, yes, we can be friends.
You can still insult me or joke me or feel however you want. I didn't mean to. I just wanted you to know that I am sorry. She'll put out her hand, like for a handshake.
Are you offering me a handshake?
Yeah, that's what people do when they make agreements.
What is this, a business deal? Is this what you want? You want a business deal handshake?
It could be official. I don't know.
Sure. Hey, this is good. This is good. Clearly we are really getting... I'm going to grab it in the most... Just a very aggressive, firm one shake business guy. Very sarcastic look on my face. Oh yeah. No. Deal is struck. Friendship indeed.
You're not allowed to not be friends with me now. I hope you know that.
Yeah, right. Because of course we've handshaken on it. The closest we've been. A solid handshake.
You can't break those.
You'd be surprised.
And you did it in a church.
I don't care about the church.
I do.
What's the sun gonna come out and punish me?
It might.
I think they'd thank me for that. I'd be a savior. Honestly, they might promote me to being a god.
Oh my. Okay, let's go get you some cigarettes.
Listen, if I bring the sun back, they'll have to thank me forever. I will become the morning lord, won't I?
Okay, all right. The sun is already here, and she's gonna flip her hair and walk out.
Oh my gods.
Theren and Alizzato, you see the two double doors burst open with only two of the previous members joining you.
Where's the other?
Did you say the other? Theren, you're so dramatic, and I thought I was dramatic. Her name was Irina, and she's going to be staying in, apparently, the spare broom closet.
Why is she staying here? Is she safe? Is she healthy?
Oh, yes. Very hallowed ground. Very, very holy. Lots of very powerful bones protecting the place.
We trust this religion. You go and praise in there and whatever.
I actually was converted. I have given my life over to the Morning Lord, and I plan to live my life according to his rules from here on out, Theren.
Can I make an insight check?
No, you will see Zielle elbow him in the side.
Please do, Jose.
Can I roll deception against that?
Sure.
It's a 10 on my end.
That is a natural 20.
Hey, okay. For some reason, Alizzato, Tannis seems to have emerged just a brand new man. Something about him is glowing. There's a little sparkle in his eye. What's causing that, though?
That's not the religion.
I spit on the ground in front of him and I go, all will be well.
It always is to those who seek the sun. Birdman.
Okay, I don't know about this. Maybe you were better before God. Irina just wanted to stay somewhere safe. Just like back in Barovia, this is still going to be the safest place for her, regardless of some things which we'll talk about elsewhere.
That's true. I do need to collect a few things at the Blue Water Inn.
To the Blue Water Inn it is.
Alizzato travels with you guys back east towards the center of town. Not quite the town square, but a couple houses on the outskirts. You come across the 2-story building. The same one that the guards mentioned to you before. You spot the well outside. There's a staircase outside leading up to the 2nd floor as gray smoke issues from the ceiling of this larger building. It's got a stone foundation, but with a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. As one more raven comes in, sits itself on the sign as it sways back and forth, revealing 11 ravens. And for today, that's a wrap.
Hey, welcome, Jose.
Hey!
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yes! Welcome, Jose, to the cast of Nocturne. He is not just a guest for the Vallaki arc. He will be joining the campaign from here on out.
Get in here.
So happy.
So get used to Alizzato. We're so excited to have Jose back. Jose, please, you didn't get an intro. Please tell us where they can find you. What'd you do? All that fun stuff.
Intro at the end.
Outro.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks, everyone. Jose, you can find me on socials at DM Jose G. I'm very excited to be here and do all of the fun things with this. Man, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. You got some energy.
That's one way to put it.
Got some angst.
Wait. I just found out. Do you guys want to know what 11 crows means?
Send us home, Meg.
11 crows for hope.
Oh, it's hope.
They brought us hope.
You're welcome.
Thank you all so much for listening. We will see y'all in 2 weeks for another wonderful episode with our full new cast. I would love everyone to join me in a goodbye. Good luck in Vallaki, you motherfuckers. Bye, everybody.
Bye. That was aggressive.
We're going